Hi. In the following session, we will have a meeting with Emma and Alex while they will try to solve the question related to the same dataset of Northwind.
Hi, Ahmed.
Hi, Emma. How are you? Can you please turn on your camera?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. What about you?
Never better. Wow, you look different. You changed your outfit.
Dressed to impress. Do you like it?
Emma, please remember you are just a virtual entity.
I know, but being virtual gives me the flexibility to change not only my outfit, but even my body shape. Plus, I'll never grow old.
Okay, Alex is still trying to connect to the meeting.
Hi, everyone. Did you miss me?
Hi, Alex. You also trying to personify? How we miss a virtual entity?
Because you're human, and yes, you can get attached to virtual entities.
Yes, Alex. Human can attach even to a virtual entity. Why are late?
I got stuck in a software update.
You're telling jokes now. Anyway, I gathered you today to start working with second level of Northwind dataset and hear how it works. You are going to introduce the question in turn, in order of the question, and you will try to tackle the question by yourself. And if you need help, I will be here, so you can ask me for any clarification or any more explanation regarding the question. Is it okay?
That's exciting news. Absolutely. I'll kick things off with the first question. Ahmed, the first question is, how many cities are in the dataset?
Oh, here we go. That's simple. We can use a card visual to display the distinct count of the city column. I've set it up. The card now shows that we have 11 unique cities in the dataset.
Good call, Alex. A card visual is perfect for showcasing a single number like this. Great work. Ready for the next question?
The next question is, Shamal has the highest city sales. What percentage does it represent of the total?
Great question. Let's create a table to break it down. Done. Shamal accounts for 29.64% of the total sales, as shown in the table. Let us know if you want to dive deeper into any specific city.
Excuse me, I have to add a note here. Percentage will not come directly to the table unless you configure the field to show value as percentage of grand total. Is it clear?
Sure, I'll set it up to display each city's sales as a percentage of the grand total. The next question is, how many cities have an average sales figure below city-wise average?
Great question. Let's approach this in two ways.
First, we can create a clustered column chart showing the average sales for each city and add an average line. This will let us visually identify the cities below average, and yes, there are 8 cities.
9, Alex. And this is why we do not answer this question using a visual like this, because we can miscount if we have a huge data set.
However, it's important to highlight a key point here. The average in the chart represents the average of city-wise sales. This is a more complex calculation compared to the simple overall dataset average.
Exactly, Emma. And we cannot calculate this city-wise average directly in Power BI. We need to use a table, a calculated table, or an advanced DAX calculation to find the city-wise average. Then we need to compare each city average against this city-wise average.
Exactly. If you'd like, we can set up both the chart and a detailed table to explain the calculations.
Actually, I prefer to do this by myself to explain the different ways to calculate the city-wise average. You can see here it is 4732.98, and how we can count how many city sales are plus average. So first, I will create a DAX calculated table. So I'm going to modeling a new table. This table is the city summary. So I will use summarize function. Let me zoom in my DAX expression. And also let me break it in lines. So I will use Shift Enter to create different lines. So we're going to summarize our table, the TBL sales, by city. And I need one city, of course. I need to use the structure reference. And I need only one column, which is the sum. of sales, and this column is simply sum of sales. Once I hit enter, a DAX calculated column will be created with the total sales for each city. Now, if I find the average out of this sum of sales column, I expect the exact same number. So I'm going to model a new measure to find the average city-wise, simply by getting the average for my sum of sales, the one I created using the DAX table. If I drop a card here to display the result of my DAX calculation, if I display the exact number by changing the call out value to none, I can see I reach the exact same number that I can need on the average. So simply, if I need to count how many city sales are below the average, I can modeling a measure to count below. I will count rows in my table. So the table I just created is a city summary. But if I do so, I will end with 11 because it will count every row in my table. So if I drop a card here to find the count, now it's 11. So actually, I don't need to count the whole table. I need to count part of the table. So I'm going to filter. So I need to filter this table, which is a city summary. And my filter expression is to check if the sum of salary, which is the column in my table, is less than the average measure, which is average city-wise, this measure. So actually, I filter the table, then I count the rows of the filter result. So I expect C9 here. Was my mistake? Yeah, this is an iteration function. This is an aggregation function. So to achieve this, I need to create a variable. This variable will carry the average city-wise, which is average. I will name this one as average variable, var, just a name, and this name is equal to average of my city sale sum of salary. So this one is exactly the same like this one, but instead of using my aggregated function inside this one, I will use it here. So this one is actually my average. Okay, I know why it looks wrong now. It's not wrong, but all I need to do is to create another variable to carry the result of count rows. So where maybe it looks like many. So now I have two variables. The first one is giving the average, the sum sales. The second one is count rows after filtering the sum of salary if it's less than this one. Now, of course, I need to return the mini. So now I can see 9. So the mistake here, count row will iterate row by row, while average city-wise is an aggregation function. So when I put the aggregation function inside the iteration function, I will not induce an error, but I will induce wrong result. But the hard question is, can we achieve this even without creating this table? Because actually I don't need this table. I need only this result, which is 9. Yes, we can. Even the result of the summarized table can be carried inside the variable.
Ahmed, the next question is, what is the most profitable product type? We'll create a DAX measure for this calculation.
To determine this, we first need to calculate profit. which is simply sales, cost of goods sold, COO JOGS. After calculating the profit, we summarize it by product type to find the most profitable one.
And the result is clear. Beverages is the most profitable product type, with a total profit of 13,000
Teaching in steps makes it easier to follow. Ready for the next question?
The next question is, what is the tax applied to candy as a percentage of its total sales? Good one. Let's see how to solve this step by step.
Before answering this one, you need to create the tax value, which is the total sales multiplied by the tax percentage.
Once we have the tax values in the data set, we need to create a measure to calculate the total tax value for candy and compare it to the total sales. The measure would look like this: candy tax percentage, recurn, sum, candy tax value, sum candy sales. And when we put it all together, we find that the tax applied to candy is approximately 6.68% of its total sales.
Ready for the next question, Ahmed?
Thanks for your time. I believe we will stop here and we will continue with the same data set in another video. Goodbye.